Hey, what's up gentlemen and ladies? Welcome to another Final Fantasy discussion, and today I got another theory video for you guys. A lot of you really seem to enjoy the Solheim theory that I did from a couple weeks back, especially, following E3 and the release of Kingsglaive pretty soon. There's been a lot to theorize on, so let's just not waste any time and jump right into this in what I have dubbed the Final Fantasy 15 wedding theory. Now, where to begin on this theory? Well, I guess some backstory. See, Noctis, our game's protagonist, who is the Prince of the Kingdom of Lucis at the beginning of the game, is headed towards Alticia, where he is set to marry Lady Lunafreya, who is a very highly regarded and well-known oracle from the Kingdom of Tenebrae. What's an oracle, you might ask? Well, in this world, it's basically someone who can talk to gods. I have a theory on how her and Noctis' power to see deaths before they happen may tie in if you guys want to go check that out. Now, Noctis was probably arranged to get married with Luna instead of actually having asked her to marry him himself, as most royalty in these kinds of stories typically do. That's not to say that he doesn't like Luna, but I don't know. From Nomura's descriptions, Noctis doesn't really seem to me like the kind of person to just ask another kingdom's oracle to marry him, but that's besides the point. The main thing that I wanted to point out to you guys is, well, this is not easy to say for me, but in the Dawn trailers. I know, I swore to never mention them by name ever again and to forget the fact that they ever even happened to begin with, but it is necessary for the theory, guys, okay? I'm sorry. Basically, as of the beginning of the game, Luna's Kingdom of Tenebrae is under Niflheim control. Yes, Niflheim is that empire that takes Noctis' kingdom towards the beginning of the game as well, and Luna, being one of the few people from there with any kind of power other than, I'm assuming the actual monarchs, she was also being somewhat controlled by Niflheim, as we see her getting beat up and thrown around as a little girl by Imperial soldiers and being held hostage when she was an adult. This is not the kind of state that you see someone in if they're 2 weeks away from getting happily married to a prince, people. The part that made no sense to me was the fact that the Empire's main goal was to invade Lucis. I mean, Tenebrae and Accordo might have been a bonus, but their real goal was Lucis' crystal, because they, like all of the other nations in Eos, ran theirs dry, and King Regis has the last remaining magical crystal in the world, which is why Noctis and his friends can use magic, and the enemies can't. The part that doesn't add up to me, though, is the fact that Noctis is said to marry Luna, an oracle from Tenebrae, which is under Niflheim control. You would think that having a kingdom under your control, growing ties with the kingdom that has the thing that you want, would be good for Idolis and Arden, but instead they just cut off the wedding, invading the prince's hometown before it even happens. Why would they sabotage themselves like that? Now, I know that Luna isn't a princess or anything. Her marrying Noctis wouldn't mean anything extreme like the unification of the two city-states, but the equivalent of the Pope from one country marrying royalty from another has to mean something for the relation between these two, yet there Niflheim goes, just invading the capital and pissing off the prince. Now, it's entirely possible that Idolis just wasn't aware that Noctis was on his way to Alticia during the invasion, and what is most likely is that Regis thought ahead and saw the possibility of Niflheim invading, so he sent Noctis away just in case anything went down, as things did. But what has me scratching my head, though, is actually not from the game itself, but from the movie Kingsglaive. You see, in Kingsglaive, we see Luna in Insomnia with Regis, presumably while the invasion is going on, since that is when the movie takes place. But wait a second. Wasn't Luna supposed to be on her way from Tenebrae to Alticia as well for the wedding? How did she end up in Lucis instead? Unless she was in on it. And I'm not talking about with Regis, I'm talking about with the Empire. Think about it. We see Luna under control of Niflheim. Back when she was Stella, she even straight up was an enemy of Noctis, as we do see in the E3 2013 character collage that had all of the good guys on the left side and all of the villains on the right side, which, as a side note, Gentiana is also on the right side, so what could that mean for her? Just saying. But this entire time we've assumed that despite it all, Luna is on our side. But why? Is it possible that the entire reason that they took Stella out of the game and replaced her with Luna is to have a character that we thought was going to be on our side trying to help Noctis, but secretly had Stella's original intentions all along? Why else would they go through an entire name change? They could have just easily changed Stella's role, but the secret is, they didn't. They just wanted us to think that they did. Why wouldn't Luna support the Empire? They're trying to take back the crystal for themselves, Tenebrae included. Why protect this one prince and his kingdom when they're hogging all of the magic to themselves, screwing over everybody else? Why did Luna go all the way to Insomnia instead of Accordo, where she was supposed to be headed? Is it possible that she knew the invasion was going to happen? After all, it is her country doing it. In fact, the only time that we've ever seen Luna and Noctis interact as adults was not even with Luna, it was Stella in the party scene, which took place just minutes before she drew her sword on Noctis outside. Sorry to say this, Noctis, but you really do stand alone. Even your fiancé wants the crystal. But hey, that's just a theory. Again. No, let me stop right there. It's too easy. Too easy. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have any proof to help the theory or maybe even disprove it? I would love to hear what you guys have to say, but either way, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to blitz that like button, subscribe, and as always, stay tuned for all things Final Fantasy!